What's going on, collective? Welcome to my channel, Divine Nudges. I'm doing a quick energy check-in. Not sure how long this video will be. We'll see where the spirit takes us, okay? But collective, I just want to start off by saying that this message is for those of you who have eyes to listen. That's right. Those of you who have eyes to listen. What does that mean? It may have already hit. May have already hit you. Um, there are those of you who are very tuned in to the signs and synchronicities. There are those of you who understand that we live in a universe that has a language. Okay, a lot of you pay attention to angel numbers. A lot of you, when you get songs in your head, you understand that there's a message behind them. A lot of you, if something falls or if there is a quick movement or noise around you, you understand the symbolism behind that. When a bird appears in front of you, you understand the symbolism behind that. When a stranger utters a word that resonates with an intuitive download you've already received, you understand the symbolism behind that. This message is for those of you who have eyes to listen. And what I'm sensing is that there are a lot more of you out there than you give yourselves credit for. This is a time to be tuning into your own intuition. The world inside of you is the most powerful reality within existence at this time. So despite what messages you're receiving from others, self included, it is where your intuition guides you that matters the most, because everyone has a purpose, everyone has a path, and they will not necessarily mirror one another's. And so that's why your own intuition has to be your primary guiding force. What does that mean? That means you have to do the work to strengthen your intuition. You have to do the work to strengthen your connection with the divine. This is also, there is high tide of misleadership at this time. That is also why it is important for those of you who have eyes to listen to actually listen to the signs, to the synchronicities, to what your intuition is telling you, to what the divine is revealing to you. Alrighty. Thank you, Spirit, for that beautiful, lovely, wonderful message. Let's get to it. Spirit says, the divine says, you are more powerful than anyone else will ever tell you. You are more powerful than anyone else will ever let you know. Therefore, you are to lean upon your wisdom, because your wisdom was inherited. It came down your lineage. It was passed down from generation to generation, your ancestors who did the work, who lived at a time where humanity communed with nature, and they were just as in tune to the earth as the animals were. That's in your DNA, and it was handed down to you. Some of you have reincarnated. Some of you were that person, and here you are again. And make no mistake about it, it's because you have a purpose. is because you have a purpose. The divine does not roll dice, my friends. The divine does not roll dice. Alrighty, Spirit, what is it that the collective needs to know today? What messages do we have? The Ace of Swords in the reverse. Do not be misled. Are you speaking your truth? Are you believing lies? Are you using your own intelligence, your own wisdom? There may be blockages in communication right now, okay, between you and someone. Could even just be technology. I know that Mercury is not in retrograde. I know Mercury went direct. It's been a few weeks ago now, but there's something here about miscommunication and blocked communication. And this also has to do with mental energy as well. I'm hearing it. Oppression of mental faculties. The oppression of mental faculties here. We have the Five of Wands in the reverse. So these are issues being resolved, arguments being resolved. I'm hearing peace treaties. Okay, so stand down, put your swords down. All right, so the good word for today is that in the upright today, this means warring and fighting, arguments, conflict. Put your swords down. And it's time to arrive at a place of peace with you, your loved ones, anyone that you're in conflict with, but especially and most importantly with yourself, with the chatterings in your mind. Okay, because for some of you, you've been overthinking, you haven't been at ease, you've been worried, you've been experiencing anxiety. So today, the divine wants you to experience peace, calmness, serenity. Get out there and ground a little bit so that you can balance yourself and reset. Boy, oh boy, there is a lot coming out in the reverse right now. Something about overseas here. There is some communication coming in overseas, and it has not been authorized by the divine. It has not been authorized by the divine. Um, some of you, maybe you have family or relatives that live outside of your geographic location, maybe live in other parts of the world, and they're communicating choices to you, something about choices that you have. Could be financial choices. Maybe they're asking you for money, maybe they're asking you to help them with their finances. But I'm getting trickster energy here. I'm getting trickster energy. Be careful for scammers, for fraud, via the email. We talked about miscommunications, text, technology. We live in a world right now where the opportunity for fraud has just become so easy through technology. Okay. There's a lot of infighting right now. There's a lot of lower vibrational energies who are in survival mode and they're only thinking of themselves. They really do not see the karma behind their actions and behaviors because they are blinded by survival mode. Okay, so this is why paying attention to the signs in your own intuition is going to be very important so that you are not misled. If you are mid conversation with someone, some of you might see something on TV, hear something on the radio or whatever, a podcast, right? Because does anybody have radios anymore, guys? I don't know, but you may get a message mid conversation with someone that's a sign and a synchronicity letting you know that that person cannot be trusted. The divine will not lead you astray. Ace of Pentacles, that's right. See this. So these are the signs, these are the synchronicities, divine messages. Okay. Some of you are going to be getting valuable ideas, new ideas, maybe new sources of income. Again, maybe someone's asking you for money, asking you to donate money, to send money overseas, to do something when it comes to your coins, right? But this is divine intervention at its finest. Some of you are going to be getting those divine nudges, those ideas, those pokes and prods that are going to be guiding you. I'm hearing new establishments as well. Okay, I'm hearing the rise and fall of establishments and new establishments coming in. I'm hearing new world order. Collective, there's a lot going on right now. There are a lot of changes and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of undercurrents. That's why these cards are all in the reverse, because it's not blatant. It's not being put out there for all to see. A lot of it is going on in the shadows or behind the scenes. I'm hearing currency. There may be peace treaties and new agreements going into play that are dependent upon currency. Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Old paradigms are phasing out. We have the Hierophant in the reverse. Old paradigms are phasing out. Absolutely a new world order. Absolutely a new collective consciousness. And this consciousness is going to be, as the reading opened up, the type of consciousness where the people of the earth are going to be more in tune with the light and with the divine than they ever have been. There are old religions that are phasing out. And this has a lot to do with misleadership, poor leadership, improper, poor representation of the divine and the light that have created a lot of non-believers in a lot of religions. So more and more people are relying on their own understanding at this time. And the divine being ever present and always accessible, despite what many have been taught, is already communicating, already sending signs, already sending synchronicities. So it's definitely a time to tune in. All right, let's keep going here. Let's keep going. Gotta tell you, these are real high level messages. Not your typical run of the mill. But that's what's going on right now. A lot of current and electricity in the air. Says here, careerist, okay, dreamer of grand schemes, vision, cunning. What is this? Machination? I have no idea. An aspiration? I have no idea how to pronounce that word. Spy? Okay, someone is spying on the spiritual workers of the earth right now. Here we have a detective, okay? There's a detective that's spying on the spy. What goes around comes around. There's a detective that's spying on the spy. Organizations, corporations, administrations, they are all very tuned in into what is going on right now. And some of these spies may be under their charge, right? They may have been procured or hired by some sorts of corporations, right? But make no mistakes about it, the spy is being spied on. Vendor, vendor, who says here merchant, retailer, individual, entrepreneur. So with the spy, it says seeker of secrets, intelligence agent, covert, espionage, undercover, right? And then this detective is the investigator of truth, sleuth, clues, pursuer, truth unveiled. So I'm sensing here forces of light and dark. I'm sensing here opposing forces. Here we have the careerist, right? Which is corporations, organizations, big money, and here we have the little vendor, the entrepreneur, the merchant, the retailer. Okay, so both sides are active right now. Stay tuned, world. Stay tuned. I do not know why these things tickle me, but they do. They do. Baby, we are in the matrix. We are in the matrix. Ooh, yeah. Driver. Who is driving right now? Who is driving? We have homeless that came out in the reverse. Okay. So we have for homeless unemployment, solitude, hunger, bankruptcy, and wandering, but it came out in the reverse. So who is driving? People who are tired of living in poverty, people who are tired of feeling oppressed. Those are the ones driving right now. They're steering. It says here navigator of journeys, steering, safe passage, and welcome. Okay. Safe passage. They are being given safe passage. And the opposing forces really just aren't happy about that right now. They're just not. They're just not. But they are outnumbered. What's this careerist spirit? What's going on with this careerist here? What do we need to know? What does the careerist need to know? Just in case the careerist is tuned in. Oakley dokley. Man. Everything in the reverse, careerist. The divine has run out of patience. The divine has run out of patience. Okay. Your secrets are no longer being protected. You will no longer be getting everything and anything that you want and playing foolish games. Mm. Something about the floodgates being open as well. The divine has run out of patience. See, the thing is that those who are in opposition of oppressive forces are a representation of the divine. This is not a human versus a human. It's not a human versus a human. They are representations of the divine. What's going on with this spy? I feel like you're gonna get in trouble. Yeah, poking around, sneaking around. exploring, looking all innocent. But you may be getting played too, my love. You may need to switch sides. What's going on with this detective here? Yeah, this detective here. So this is safe passage. This is safe passage. Seeing something about immigration too and refugees here. Interesting. Immigration and refugees. Someone is being given safe passage, and this could be spiritual refugees, souls from war torn spiritual worlds, spiritual warfare, right? Um, Spiritual refugees are being given passage right now. The spy is being spied on. You think you're 10 steps ahead when you're really 10 steps behind. All right, what else do we have here? What else do we have? Oh, look at that. The vendor is an empress. An empress. The vendor is an empress. An empress. Listen, the tides are changing. Okay. Now more than ever, there's going to be entrepreneurs. There are going to be people who are a lot more independent, and this is going to help economies. I'm hearing economies of scale. Okay. This is going to be a much more efficient way to run the world so that there is less survival mode, less lower vibrational frequencies. Okay. The earth will be a lot more fertile. This is Mother Earth energy here. This is Mother Gaia energy here. Okay. With this Empress. Okay. The earth is bringing itself back into balance, and it is restoring its self regenerative properties. This is bigger than any of us. This is also a representation of the divine feminine. Okay, so the earth right now is being, for lack of a better word, pumped with nurturing, motherly, loving, divine, feminine energy. You may see a lot more feminine, female entrepreneurs in the world and leaders as well. Someone's gonna be mad about that, but the problem is y'all are breadcrumbing. Y'all are breadcrumbing. Mama wants to feed her children because, listen, like that, one of my favorite African proverbs, but watch me mess it up. Shame on me. It goes something like, the child who does not feel love from the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Let me tell you something, my loves. Okay? Let me tell you something, my loves. You are being protected too, whether you realize it or not. You are being protected too, because somebody wants to come for you. Somebody wants to come for you. I don't know what to tell y'all. Get it together. Yeah, look, with this homeless energy here, people are out of freaking work right now. Okay, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay, these are the three cards that just came out for this homeless card. People are out of work. They're robbing Peter to pay Paul. They can't make ends meet with this Two of Pentacles here. They can't make heads or tails out of their lives right now. And y'all think that's okay. You're well fed, your bellies are full, your houses are luxurious, your cars are fantastic, but oh no. Oh no, let them squander. I hope I used that word correctly because that's what came to mind. Yeah, you're actually being protected as well. I'm hearing corruption. Listen, these are the messages of the day. These are the messages of the day, okay? Um, let's look at some true intentions. What's going on in the world? Yesterday, I seen a bald-headed girl. What? Who? You heard what I said? I wouldn't be caught dead without a bald head. There's someone out there with a bald head. And it is a feminine energy. This is a sect, a cult, a coven, a group, a community. I'm hearing sheroes. I'm hearing sheroes. I'm just gonna leave that right there. I'm just gonna leave that right there. True intentions. What do we have from here? Bad news. Unfortunately, I have some bad news to share. It did come out in the reverse. Okay, so for some, this message sounds like bad news, but it really isn't. It's like what I was saying a few minutes ago. You may not like what's being said, but it's actually a blessing in disguise. Sit back, relax. Sit back and relax. Desperate. There's a lot of desperation right now. I'm in a bind and don't have anyone else to reach out to. Okay? So, for some of you, if you're still listening, if you're still tuned in, this could be the people in your lives. But I'm really sensing that these messages are coming through on a global scale as opposed to an individual one. But as above, so below, as within, so without, as global as individual. So some of you may have some people around you who are in desperation, who are in survival mode, and could be trying to trick, deceive you, steal from you, whatever. That's why the message, this reading started out with listening to your own intuition. People are not sorry. Okay. They don't feel like they have a choice. It says, I need to apologize for what I did. That and look, envy, it says, I will seek to undermine your successes as a means of elevating my own understanding. There are a lot of people who are secretly envious of you and feel entitled to your portion. So they do not feel guilt or remorse. They do not feel guilt or remorse. And the reason why is because they don't feel like you're compassionate enough or caring enough to feel empathy and sympathy towards their desperation. So this is head to head energy here. So for those of you who have worked hard and gotten things the honest way and you didn't step on anybody's toes and you've always been a good person and you would give a stranger the shirt off of your back, this isn't really so much as a message for you to get your ish together, like for some other people, which is the opposite of what I just said. People who are heartless and are greedy and don't care about the rest of humanity having a bite to eat at night. Okay. So for those of you kind-hearted, loving people, definitely, definitely, what's coming to my mind right now? The story in the Bible with Moses. Was it Moses? I hope I'm not making a liar out of myself. I have to polish off my Bible. Where they had people put crosses on their doors in order to protect their firstborn sons. I'm sensing that energy right now. Okay. So that's what you're being kind of nudged. That's the direction you're being nudged in with this tuning into your intuition and paying attention to the signs and synchronicities. That's going to be the modern day version of putting that cross on your door to protect yourselves, your families, and your interests. Okay. That's where we are right now. Collective, I'm going to cut this reading here. If you've enjoyed these messages, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Whatever you do, be safe. Take care of yourselves. Listen to your intuition. Honor the divinity within you. Respect the divine, because the divine is speaking now louder than ever. Balance will be restored.